Tyler Cameron, as I live and breathe. There you be.
How we doing? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. The show is great. First of all, you're showing the warts as well as the good stuff, which is always fun to see. But we live. I think we live in a time now where the youth don't know how to put two things together, and it's nice to see someone like you, up there and showing that it can be done.
Yeah, no, I think it's a fun project, and like you said, I think so many kids were told go to college, go get a regular job. My dad even he didn't want me to be in this business at all. And then, but what you're gonna see on this show is, no, I want to be in it. I dive into it. But I also make some mistakes. I learn a lot. This is a lot of it's new to me, and a lot of the hands-on skills I have to develop throughout the show, and you get to see that. And so, what's cool about this show is you as a viewer get to grow with me.
But you were kind of born into it as well. I mean, your father being a contractor and all. Were you interested in it as in an early age, or was acting and modeling your love?
No, no, acting and modeling was all accidental. This truly was what I wanted to do. This is what I was doing before I ever got on TV or modeled. I was working construction for my pops. It wasn't all glitz and glamour then. I was making like $200 a week and living at my mom's house. But it taught me hard work and discipline, and I take that forward with me now in everything I do. And I love, it's a tangible asset. You're building something from nothing. It's you get your hands on it. It's something that when you start with nothing and you hand someone a home and their keys, you make a big impact on them. It's special.
Yeah, and I think there is something very, very wonderful about being able to finish a project that you start, no matter if it's a cabinet or a house. It's it's self-fulfilling.
Yep, very rewarding. I think it's one of the things I love about doing my own projects at my house right now is I'm like, since it's my own project, I can mess it up a couple of times until I get it right. So I'm like my own guinea pig to all my projects. But once it comes out nice and it's done, you're like, see, I did that right there. And now I start showing it off to everybody.
Do you have hand-me-down tools that your dad gave you?
My dad is not, his best tool is right here, this index finger. He likes to point and tell people what to do, and that's probably the only hand-me-down I got from him is how to use my index finger. But no, he's got no tools for me to use.
Wow. So you had to go and collect your own. What's the tool of choice that you have? I mean, I know it depends on the
Yeah,
project, but
it depends on the project. I love demo. It's my favorite thing. So I like a chipping hammer. I like a sledgehammer. Um, I think important tool always to have is a box cutter. You use it for drywall. You can use it for. I mean, you always got to cut things, get things out of pack. It's just probably one of the most essential tools. Yeah, I'm a Milwaukee guy too. I love using all their tools.
wow.
So that's kind of the team I roll with.
Let's talk a little bit about the show itself. I mean, you're producing it as well. Do you like that hat?
Yeah, it's. I think it's important. I'm taking people to my home. I'm taking people to Jupiter, Florida, and no one knows my home better than us. We got a great production team that comes from out of state and out of town, and they're coming to my town. They were like trying to suggest some things early on, like let's go putt putting and have a conversation. I was like, we don't putt putt here. That's for tourists. We go do the real stuff. We go get on the water and we talk. So it was good for that to be able to make sure we get the real side of Jupiter out. And but I think it was awesome being part of production and seeing all the behind the scenes work that has to go through to make this work.
Yeah, it really is a love letter to Jupiter too, because it's this beautiful, beautiful town. I visited years and years and years when Burt Reynolds was living there, and
The legend.
it's just magnificent place to live.
Yeah, no, it's a special place, and I think Burt did a great job. I mean, we have the Burt Reynolds Amphitheater, the Burt Reynolds Parks, all that stuff. So he left a huge legacy on Jupiter, and hope to follow in his footsteps one day.
What do you think audiences are going to take away from watching Going Home with Tyler Cameron?
I think what you're gonna really take you're gonna learn a lot. I think I wanted people to understand that I'm not gonna go through this show and look like Mr. Perfect Know It All. I want you to learn as I learn because I'm basically starting at ground zero when starting this business with my knowledge and like hands on. When it comes to working on projects, like there's not a ton of. I'm good at demo. Everything else I had to learn. So I think what you're gonna have is like people growing and learning with me episode through episode.
You have a favorite episode so far?
I mean, I think the last episode is definitely the best. I mean, it's you get, heart, you get, my mom's house, we finally renovated, it finally comes together. I think everyone's excited to see Hannah Brown. She comes in on that episode and she renovates a house with us. So you get her, you get my mom's house, you get emotion, and you get real tears from me, and I think we let it all out on that episode, and it's a special episode.
Well, I think it's a very well done show. It's got so much into it. I mean, it's informative and yet it's fun to watch, and you're just crazy nuts anyway.
I appreciate it. I try to.
Thank you, Tyler. I really do appreciate your time and congratulations.
Thank you so much. Have a good one.